Dude, El Cajon is ghetto as AF. You want oh, I can't say that out loud because your hell's right there.
No, we're right next. We're right next to Clan T. Basically, it's called Santee, but the clan's still there, so it's Clan T.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so welcome everybody to Fork in the Road. Today's topic: Outlaw Star versus Cowboy Bebop. Ground rules. Okay, you can compare the characters. You can compare the plot, and you can compare the the overall sci-fi and finally overall aesthetic. See, the reason why we oh, Doug, you didn't have these ground rules for Gundam versus Robotech. There's a reason for that because like Gundam versus Robotech, they're granted they're both mecha anime. It's just or Gundam versus Macross. They're both mecha anime. It's just like they have heavy differentiations here and there. With Cowboy Bebop and Gundam Wing. Cowboy Bebop and Outlaw Star, well, for starters, Outlaw Star was developed by the same studio that did Gundam Wing. Fuck them. But they're very similar. Like, you could tell one was aping the other, and by one was aping the other, I meant Outlaw Star was aping Cowboy Bebop. Only thing is, Outlaw Star had more... Like, you could follow the plot, whereas Cowboy Bebop had none until, like, it was time for their characters to develop, which was out of nowhere. So, that being said, let's start with the characters, because I would argue Cowboy Bebop has the better characters, largely due to the fact that, Spike's easygoing, even though, until you piss him off, whereas Jet's boring.
Yes. Okay.
But
Boring.
Jet's boring, but he's supposed to be the control of it, just how Jim was the control in Outlaw Star.
Yeah.
But he was a kid. That's what made it more interesting. And then with the name Jim, some people started thinking back of Treasure Island. I know I did.
You did.
Oh.
You have who else did you have? What the hell was the ship's name? What the hell was her name?
For which one?
Outlaw Star. What was her name?
Well, because the
The
girl
grappler
is Melfina.
Melfina, there you go. You have Melfina.
But like the ship's
No,
official name,
Melfina
I
was
don't
the
remember what it
robot in charge of the thing on there. It was a grappler type ship.
Yeah, no.
Name.
Yeah, like its name eludes me. But I
I'm
remember
not
the
talking about
other
the ship's name. I'm talking about the actual sword. Like she has to get into that tank or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Melfina.
Melfina.
Yeah. You have Melfina.
She was part of the CPU system. She was like
Yeah.
the integrated Android part into the ship on there. And that was kind of weird compared to like where you had what was it like Jeb's ship. Well, he had two different ships. He had like the carrier ship and he had the little fucking like tow flathead ship.
Yeah, the Hammerhead.
Hammerhead, yeah. And then you had obviously Spike's fucking swordfish.
Mm-hmm.
And he had Faith Valentine, kind of like TIE fighter wannabe.
Yeah. What was it called? Like the Oct... I could never...
I don't remember the
is
name of
only
it.
one I never remember the name to. I can never remember that name.
Honestly, Faith's ship was like a mix of a TIE fighter and the fucking from the Zoids Chaotic Century where they had the gun sniper with the modified extra fucking armaments on there. That wasn't a gun sniper. It was like a mix of those two.
But yeah, okay, so Jet's controlling, you have Spike who's easygoing. Faye will just run away. Like,
Faye was a loose cannon.
Loose cannon, nothing. She'll just, like, the first chance, she'll just take your money and run. She's like, she is the epitome of a bitch. You have,
Which that would be Aisha from Outlaw Star.
Yeah, they were
that.
both the same person.
Yeah. And then
she just eats more.
Yeah.
Technically, because she's a beast person, so she eats more. But they both eat a lot.
Yeah, and she got left. Well, like she got her comeuppance though. Like Gene and company left her with the bill. Like after eating all that food, and she was just like, "Fuck."
Well, for all her power and everything, to reference a different series, she has the Mihoshi syndrome. She's built up to be good. Everything's great. Family history, wonderful. Usually dumb as a rock. Everything was bad.
I mean, what was she the same chick? She's like from Tenchi Muyo.
Yeah.
What was that?
Mihoshi.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's the Mihoshi syndrome.
Yeah.
It's like, technically there shouldn't be anything wrong with her, but there are very bad things going on all the time.
Then you have whose gender will never be revealed to anybody.
I think he's a girl. Well, it might have been a boy, but I think it's a girl.
The father doesn't even know. He's like, "Oh, it's my daughter," or "Wait, is it my son?" I can never remember. And like, but you know,
I just always thought it was a girl until I started reading some of his stuff, and then when they were saying they don't know, that's one reason I thought it was a boy. But I always thought it was a girl. I'll put money on it.
For the record, I put money. I was gonna do the same thing because like how attached Ed was when it comes to like helping Faye stay beautiful. When it comes to like painting her nails and shit like that. And then, you know. So I'm just all like, oh, okay. So Ed's gender is genderless. I'll just say Ed. So I'll just call Ed Ed. And then you got.
I don't know. I think there's like a lot of animes where they end up making like the wild child, and they usually end up being a girl, and because they kind of try to raise him as a boy. That's the reason I was going off of it.
I gotta give credit where credit is due for Ed. Ed's feet must be like strong enough to crush coconuts because how are you gonna tell? Ed goes off to see her to go to reunite with the father with Ein following in tow. In Earth, like all the rubble, crushed glass, all that stuff, and Ed's all like, "Yeah, I'm still gonna walk in my bare feet." I'm like, what? No. I mean, I've seen.
So she walked in the bare feet. What was the planet when they had like I think it was called the Mushroom Shamba when like she kind of got introduced? That sand has to have been burning, and she was just on that sand like nothing.
Yeah, like I said, Ed's feet just crushed
Souls
coconuts.
are dead.
I mean,
So she's having that, and then also with her Spanx pants and shit on there, that shit must be stinking.
do you think? And then you got like the what was her name? The assassin with that wooden.
Yeah.
Asuka.
Asuka and stuff on there. I just felt like they kind of threw that in because like honestly, I think I was watching like Outlaw Star at the same time I was watching Rurouni Kenshin. And it's like, are this blending shit here?
At least,
Because you needed some space swordsman, because you have guns. Everything else was guns, so they had to be like, yeah, we need a swordsman. We need
But she had a
someone who's not using gun.
But she had a swordsman. But once again, like she's just in socks. Like, can you give her sandals?
He does have sandals. What are you talking about? She's wearing sandals.
Those look like this fucking socks, bro.
No, those were like legit sandals.
She's wearing socks on her feet with the sandals.
Yeah.
Wow. Like the socks are there, but she does have shoes on.
I thought for the longest time she just running out with high quality socks. I thought she had high quality socks on every time.
You were probably paying too much attention to her mole on her face. That's probably like you were just so fixated on the mole that she had because that mole
was great.
That mole,
that mole was sexy.
Not that she was only basically wearing that kimono.
Yeah.
No matter what the situation is, she's just like, it's just a kimono, I guess. It's coming off. Well, I'll have to kill you.
I have to kill you.
Like I kind of want her to be the assistant to Damon for fucking G Gundam instead of Reina.
Why would you bring up G Gundam?
Because I want a shiny finger for her.
Why? You know I hate that fucking anime, man. But still, at the very least,
All I can say is Hollow One Sanfa.
Horse Gundam, Tequila Gundam. There, enough said. I'm done.
Yeah.
Tequila Gundam. Hey, as a person of Latin descent, hey Gabe, how do you feel about Tequila Gundam?
I mean, you know my opinions on G Gundam. I like it. I used to hate it as a child, but now I just pretend it's not a Gundam show. It's just something different, and it makes it a lot better. I don't know. That's good.
Like
That's how I
honestly,
think politics should be done in real life. We just fight with giant
You
robots.
just pretend like it's an extra weird episode of Zoids.
Yeah.
It's just,
I would
I don't
say
know
that
where they got these schematics for, but
I think
I
Jimmy
was-
Crockett is an amazing name, and I don't know, Master Asia. It's good.
I would say this is how we all saw how Star Wars Episode 1 should have been instead of those trade fucking route conversations.
Yeah,
Just Gundam. Fuck it.
they should have thrown Jar Jar Binks in a mech. It would have been better.
Oh, Misa, you shiny finger now.
Okay, so I will give Outlaw Star this much over Cowboy Bebop. I love the idea of grapple ships. I absolutely love that. I love that. Ships going around,
No.
you see the arms flaying around and shit like that, and I'm like, okay, I can get into this. It's like the combination. It's nice. It's if like you could see something like that in something like out of Firefly or Battlestar Galactica 2000, the 2004, because like you see all the camera movement and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden the arms come out. You're just like, oh, and the ships are like actually hand to hand fighting. It's like that. It's a nice balance between mecha and ship to ship combat. It's nice. I like that.
It was great. The only problem I had was that not enough people like grapple ships was too special in Outlaw Star. So it's like as soon as you saw a grapple ship coming, like, oh, I already know they're gonna fight each other. Versus like Cowboy Bebop, everyone had different ships and stuff on there. Other people might have more weapons to fight and launch on there, but it wasn't like because who else had a grapple ship besides Gene, the Maduga brothers, one of the Taoists had it. There was like 4 grapple ships total, right?
But the Taoists were basically the counteracting to that. Because whether you're in a grapple ship or not, if they're using their abilities, they could still fuck your ship up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they were the counterbalance to that, because you could be around there, but if the tower there, you're like, well, I'm fucked unless I just escape.
So I think that's why the weird thing about All Star is that how they integrated this future technology with a lot of ancient Asian technology, with like Taoism and caster shells, which I guess is a weird, more Western magic kind of thing on there.
I think that was them trying to do alchemy, because it's like it's basically spell casting but condensed into the bullet. So the only way that I would think that'd be possible is alchemy. So it's supposed to be showing like that's alchemy. Tao is still leaning over in the magic system. Twilight Suzuka's over there representing that people could still beat hoes down with swords. So
yeah, a wooden sword.
People that are just wear catting out.
Yeah,
I guess.
cat.
I was like, yeah, because where's man? So it's kind of defeating to be like.
So
Is
would
that
you
alchemy, though?
say?
'Cause I thought the caster shells were just like loaded with spells.
It was loaded with spells and stuff on there. So, but it was still condensed because like they had those band shells where like if you use it together, the recoil and everything on there will kill you.
Yeah, because I think it was like number 9 or something. Was that one black?
It was like
one
9 or 4,
part of your
13.
life off.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so that begs the question: would in a battle between Outlaw Star and the Tichimuyo universe, would that be more closely aligned between future and past magic?
Yes, except Tenchi Muyo's still weird because magic is based on tree. Like Tsunami is a tree either way, and they make all their ships and stuff from tree, but everything is basically suspended just because of Tsunami. If Tsunami's essence failed, most of the universe would lose power sources just because they're all linked to her. it's very like I've read the side back books like from Tenchi's dad, Yosho, and further back. So it's like it's really weird when you get to like Tenchi's current time because the Jiraians act like they're the royal family, but when you go back into the past, they're basically pirates. And by the time that you're at Tenchi, they have mated with so much Earth that it's not talked about, but a lot of Earth is still Jiraiyan. Like, Tenchi is not that special. We just center on him because Yosho's there. There are other Earthen Jiraians, because you go through books and you're like, oh, they met what would be Tenchi's cousin. Because later in the future, you're like, oh yeah, that's his cousin. So it's like, their Jiraians are on Earth. They're just, it's a small percentage bloodline thing. It's just the pure, I've lived 150 years ones come down being like, we're the royal family. But they were all fucking pirates. They were just, they were no better than Ryoko.
Okay, then who will win in the Tsuchimuyo universe or Inuyasha universe?
Whoa, okay, no, that doesn't matter. That's way.
I mean, technically, the cheat of that would be Miroku.
Okay.
Miroku
Wind
wins.
tunnel?
It's wind tunnel, and
right.
even if he fails, it's still wind tunneling.
Okay. So like, so in characters between Cowboy Bebop versus Outlaw Star, who do you think has the? I still argue it's Cowboy Bebop because, like, you know,
I would say Cowboy Bebop. Although I wish they would explain more of the shaman that kept popping up more so, because that was kind of random when you first like met the shaman and like the Native Americans on Mars. It's kind of random.
like I said, that's just the thing with Cowboy Bebop. Like, it's not. There's no real central narrative until like there is. Spike hasn't. Yeah, okay. Spike gets the most focus because he has like what is it? 5 episodes dedicated to his entire vicious arc. That's the the 5th episode, the season finale.
With
Which is
Fowler the
two-parter.
Ball Angels,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the 5th
You also
episode.
have what Jupiter Jazz,
Yeah, that's the 2-parter, and then
and then you have the end
Real Folk
part where
Blues.
it was like the syndicate.
Yeah, Real Folk Blues. So he has like 5 episodes dedicated to him. Everybody else, like, they get like 1 or 2 maybe, and then random shaman. So it's just like there's no. That's just
They had the random shaman on the thing on there, and the problem is that they kept alluding to the Titan War, and they didn't really explain it until you watched the movie Knocking on Heaven's Door
and even then they don't
when you
explain
had
it.
Vincent.
And even then they don't really explain it because they don't really touch up on how the Titan War even started. It just focuses
Or
on
who they're
like,
fighting. Who they're fighting.
Yes.
They never tell you who they're fighting.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the reasons why I was all like, this is one of the reasons why I'm not like, I do not watch Cowboy Bebop for its story. It doesn't give you context. You don't know how you don't know what caused the accident in the with the Earthgate thing. You don't know what the dealio.
Oh, the Earth Gate. Yeah.
You don't know what the dealio is with Jet's, or how Jet met up with Spike, because they are two very different types. They were even on 2 different worlds. Like,
He was on because Jet was on Ganymede and he was
yes,
a
and
officer.
Spike was well in Mars. So, huh?
Well, they basically, the thing about Outlaw Star, they situate all on Mars. They don't really talk about Earth until they went down to Earth to get Ed and all that other shit. And then it was basically like, yeah, it's basically a dump and we just abandoned that shit. And then it's like, that's the end of that chapter.
So,
I think it's kind of cool that they do that. Like I don't know. It makes it feel, I don't know, more real in a way, because it's like, oh yeah, that just happens. We all know what happened. Whatever. Like, this is the new thing that we're dealing with. Like, I kind of like when there's a little mystery like that.
Well, they kind of did that, but it's almost kind of the same thing. I guess maybe Mass Effect was biting on that because they kind of explained like, oh yeah, we found this shit and we found warp drive, and then we just fucking fuck Earth.
okay, but like, so I don't know. It's just like, I guess like narrative wise, at the very least, I'd give that to Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star, because
Outlaw Star.
Yeah,
for the
Star has,
characters.
like, there's a clear goal that everyone wants to center, that everyone wants to go towards, the galactic ley line or whatever. Whereas Cowboy Bebop's just all like, okay, here's what's going on. Hey, Spike, you're gonna die. Hey, Spike, you're dead at the end. Which, on that note, I still don't know why people were crying about that. Because, like, you know, I mean, is
It
it?
alluded to it the whole way through.
Yeah, but someone paid to bring him back to life. They could just do it again. So I'm doing.
Well, that's why they came up with that shit, Lazarus.
Yeah. Well, if we're going, oh, man, like, because Lazarus is, oh yeah, Lazarus is confirmed. The main character is Spike's distant, like, relative or whatever. That's.
I mean, they could have easily fucking tied those two together if they just had that shaman on there. Like, just pay for that shaman character. He's just
for
in
the
there.
shaman. Okay.
Yeah, he just
Put him
shows
over in
up.
the corner and just have him talk to him for like 10 minutes, and they'll be like, "Oh, okay, that's Spike."
Because it was several times where apparently Spike should have died. Well, it was like probably at least 3 different times if you watched it on the thing that he should have died. He got brought back by the shaman. And it's just like, yeah, like here's the shaman. I think he had a dog too.
The, no, it was no. I mean, I could understand how you could. No, I don't want to say that. That's too evil. But like, yeah, no, it was just a little kid that was with him. That was with the shaman, which
And then that's how we got Shaman King.
whatever.
All of a sudden, Yost is showing up.
Whatever, Robert.
I mean, I would love a movie where they had like a Shaman King Outlaw Star crossover. I don't know how it works, but it kind of works.
I really want Outlaw Star to come back, though. In all honesty, because like
Well,
the McDougal
okay,
brothers are
we'll
still
come
alive.
back like what? A sequel or like more episodes in between to stretch it out?
I'd say sequel because like the McDougal brothers are still alive. Well, one of them is. The other is like a consciousness that inhabits the ship now. But like they just
But if
fuck
they have a
off.
sequel, okay, so Melfina was wished to be like a living human being at the end. So she won't be integrated in the ship.
Yeah,
So
but
like
they can
how
still.
long afterwards would this sequel take place on this shit?
I don't know. I'm just saying because like there's still like some adventures to be had, which is more than I can say. I want to say the same for Cowboy Bebop, except the only ones that are alluded to like live at Cowboy in the Cowboy Bebop verse would probably be Ed, Ein, and Faye, because Jet talks about how he's gonna die from the leg wound he got. Spike is dead. I mean, you could pay to bring them back to life, but like okay.
Dead.
But okay, so Spike is dead, and then if Jet's not there, Faye's not gonna be driving this fucking vehicle.
I mean, true. I mean, she has her ship. She could just go back to being a honky tonk woman and ripping off casinos.
Yeah.
I mean, the better sequel would have been if you were just doing a thing, a sequel or a spinoff. It says Ed's life after after she decided to live with her father, and then I went with her, right? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I went with
Okay, I went with her. See, I fucking love Ein. Like Ein and Cheddar from Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
it.
Corgis all the way.
I mean, like, I love.
Like if they did spin off with Outlaw Star and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that'd be great. Ein and Cheddar together doing like a Halloween heist.
Wait, you mean Cowboy Bebop and Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, then. You keep saying Outlaw Star and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like, okay, but wait, check. Anyway, but like, okay, art aesthetic though. You're gonna hate me for
Art
this.
aesthetic, I would say Cowboy Bebop for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing because Cowboy Bebop has.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say it's purely because I don't know, like maybe it's because like when Spike has to do like hand to hand combat or whatever, is way better than like Outlaw Star. Like Outlaw Star shines with the grappler ship scenes, yes. But
Yeah.
then again, the episode where it was like what was it was like when they were chasing those fucking animal activists and in that warp and into that the galactic drive and they were gotta destroy all those missiles before it came out and attacked Ganymede. It was nice. It was a nice animation for her.
Well,
Cowboy Bebop.
Well, yeah, because like I think Outlaw Star kind of knew what its audience wanted was more grapplership combat. Spike, Cowboy Bebop was more reserved when it comes to ship combat, which I'm fine with. And they were just all like, let's just do that. But like with the overall art aesthetic, like they were just all like, Cowboy. We know both are hard sci-fi. It's just that let's give Cowboy Bebop the more of a Western vibe. With Outlaw Star, all they have is that one harmonica they just whip out every now and again. And at
I
least
think
Cowboy Bebop stayed true.
the real question is if you were having an aesthetic battle, would you rather have Big O's with the Mega Deuces fighting against each other, or the Outlaw Star grappler ships fighting against each other?
Well, because then that's no question. 'Cause Outlaw Star because it's ship because that giant grappling ship is more maneuverable than the fucking Bebop. I mean, yeah, you
No,
have
I
the
was
swordfish.
saying for Big O.
Oh, Big O. Ew, Big O. I don't want to talk about Big O. I, I, I mean, because it has Steve Bloom. And I'm so sick of Steve Bloom. I'll give him a pass for Cowboy Bebop because arguably he sold Spike, which is why Cowboy Bebop the English dub was even more well received. But like I don't want to talk about Big O, man. Like, Big O, you had him like Roger Smith at one point go, "I believe criminals should behave professionally." Well, oh yeah, then why aren't you putting your tie on, you dick? Fuck you.
I mean, I would say Dorothy over Melfina.
Of course you would. You care about like those that have like the dead eyes inside because that means it just like.
Hey, I like Sailor Mars.
Oh no, we're not having we are not having this. We're not. I'm stealing Sailor Mars from you.
Oh.
I am also a Dorothy fan, by the way. Just putting that out there. 10 out of 10.
Exactly. See, metaculture.
Medical. Ew. Why do you sound like Robotech there? Just like protoculture. Protoculture. I feel dirty inside. Uh,
And I mean, Angel for Faye.
uh really? Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Take Angel.
Angel over Faye every day.
Okay, fine. You take Angel.
All right, you take Faye.
I will, and I'll enjoy it more.
Oh my God, you would try to kill yourself in 2 days.
You know what? I'll, okay, let's go back to the plot for a second. Cowboy Bebop and Outlaw Star. Because, like, wait, the Beast, she's immortal, right? The Beast chick in Outlaw Star, she was immortal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are there any stakes raised when you could literally hide behind her and she's immortal?
Because she'll still pass out and just be there. She's not gonna.
Yeah, you're
like,
not immortal.
She's not invulnerable. She'll pass out. You just won't kill her.
Yeah, and you're still there. You're not immortal.
Yeah, but
I mean, that's kind of why anytime it was a thing with her, they're just like, we're gonna leave her because if she loses, she's just gonna show up later. If she wins, she's gonna show up later.
yeah.
But that's why they didn't ever hype her as like the big you should care about character that needed to be on the ship in the beginning.
I will say this much though. I felt bad for Jim when, like, I think, yeah, because I saw it when I was a kid. I almost cried for Jim when he bonded with one of those with the girl that wanted Jean dead, and they were like, "Hey, let's meet up at this one spot." I think he bought flowers or something for her.
Yeah, he thought it was a date.
Yeah, and like she ended up dying, and he never knew, and like I was just like, "Oh, Jim, no."
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have let that 13-year-old smash.
Oh, I don't need to know that, dude. I work with children. Come on now.
Oh, you don't think children are smashing?
Ah,
Yeah.
dude, Robert.
The future is a different time.
It's a different time. Oh man.
We no longer worry about such things.
Oh, but I felt, yeah, but like, no, I legitimately felt bad for Jim, and I was just like, oh man, I was like,
See,
I think I
see, I
cried.
felt legitimately bad for Jean, who didn't get to smash Hilda.
What, who? Who's Hilda?
The
She was the
original
one.
pirate that
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought they
on
did.
the
Yeah,
It
ship
I thought they
and
did
died.
smash. I thought they did smash. At least when I was
No,
watching the.
they
I don't think
stripped.
they did.
They got to underwear level, and she got hot and heavy, but no smash.
Huh.
Yeah.
That sucks because her knocker. She had bodong honkerers.
Yeah, and yet she
But
still
then
had that
again,
huge fucking scar on him.
the eye patch.
You also, but see, you
That's
kind
just
of got the bait and switch for that in Outlaw Star because you get introduced to Hilda, and you're thinking, okay, Hilda's gonna be there for a bit, like for a decent bit, and it's just like, okay, bye.
Well, I
And
mean,
you're
that was
like, okay,
necessary
well,
for
I'm not
Jean's.
against Dean, but I thought Hilda was gonna be here longer.
That
No, Hilda was like Banner to the Stars or Crest of the Stars, if anyone watched that.
Well, I mean, like, no, Hilda was like essential for Gene's character development because he finally gets over his fear of not space flying and starts space flying.
Yeah, she gets her over his thing with his dad.
So she was relevant to the plot. I mean, no, yeah,
But she still left a huge scar on the thing, and even though she was like only in episode what, 2, 3 at most,
3, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
and he was still holding that shit in the entire series until Melfina kind of unlocked it.
Yeah, Melfina. Why did Melfina wear a skirt?
It's what you
It
like.
was-
Yeah,
You
man.
better pick.
That's bio-android fashion.
I guess.
Right.
I guess. I mean, at least 18 had like the combat boots, but like high heels in leggings, and then a skirt.
That's just the fashion in the Torrid Stars era.
And to be fair, 18 was kidnapped and redesigned into it. That
Yeah.
outfit was probably given to her. That's probably Jero's taste.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, Gene followed the same path as Krillin.
You think
That's the
19
Android right.
wanted to
Whoa,
look like a
whoa.
clown? You think he wanted that outfit?
I'm just gonna say this right now. Do not compare Gene to Krillin. Krillin's untouchable. Okay, like Gene, no,
They did the same thing.
no.
They both fucking married an android lover.
Yeah, but the thing
Gene
is,
married fucking Melfina, and Krillin fucking smashed 18.
but the thing is, Krillin is nowhere near as a whiny bitch as Gene. Gene bitched.
What are you talking about? Did you not watch
Non-
DBZ?
Gene bitched nonstop. Krillin, he just did that for comic relief, and eventually cemented his untouchable status when he smashed with 18. Gene just would not shut up for the first few episodes, and even then, afterward, especially when it comes to like when he had to deal with the arms dealer. I forgot his name, but he had the hots for Gene, and he always like
Fred.
Fred. Yes.
Yeah, Fred. It was like the metrosexual
Yeah.
or
Because
something
you were
more.
like, you were definitely like, oh, he's gay, and then every so often you'd be like, wait a minute, is he flirting with a woman? What is happening?
This man, Gene will not. He did not stop bitching for a good chunk. And then when like Harry McDougal really started going after Melfina, like what did you do? He started bitching like usual.
Well, to be fair, Harry was very clearly supposed to be a creepy stalker.
Yeah,
Because at
from
the
the get-go.
later point, well, not Harry, sorry. Harry.
Yeah, it is Harry.
Because I almost got him confused with the brother. But
Yeah, I forgot the brother's name.
When you get later in there, it's not even about like just bitching at that point. It's just obsession. He's just talking because he's obsessed about stuff.
He was obsessed, and he kept trying to integrate with her. Like near the end, that's all he cared about. Was like, let's fucking fuse together.
Ugh.
Then you got like even like this is one of the reasons why like Cowboy Bebop wins outright. None of the characters in Cowboy Bebop bitched anywhere near as much as Gene. All of the characters, yeah, they had their quirks. I mean, like Faye will just be like, I'm gonna run away with all the money. Did all of them bitch? Did any of them bitch as much as Jean? No. Even Jim, after losing his love interest, was all like, yeah, I'm okay. Like that kind of trauma. But like Gina,
Because Jim had to be the adult.
Yeah.
exactly.
He had to be adult, and the thing was that everyone else, like, so everyone else on like Cowboy Bebop, they can kind of act independently. Gene was just like, hey, everyone else has to tell him, like, let's get there, and we'll finally get him as to be the co-pilot for the grappler part. Like, that's all your purpose was.
Mm-hmm.
The grappler part, and you're the only one dumb enough to use caster shells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, like the caster gun has to be one of the biggest rackets I've ever seen. One shot, it's just a giant energy. It's just like a mini proton cannon. I mean, like whereas everyone else has like a bunch of rocket launchers, or hell, like the magic user, fucking learn magic. Just get a how to magic for dummies. Like, and you could do Kagawa Sunfying all you want.
I
dude.
feel like the Tao's a bit more complicated than that.
I'm just saying.
Considering some of those techniques are all like breaking your soul and spirit essence apart to attack.
I'm just saying, you're gonna go ahead and be like, yeah, I'm gonna use these forbidden caster shells, which hurt me after I like trap them in like this black soul thing, crushing thing, with my mini proton cannon, whereas everybody else is like, hell, Ahsoka. She blocks bullets with a wooden sword. You got fucking like Beast who's immortal, and like you have all this, and I'm gonna use a mini proton cannon and a shitty body shield that I never use until like that I only use like twice. He could have used that mini shield when he was fighting against that one dude that was all like, I'm coming for you, Melfina. But first I have to deal with Gene. And the only reason why Gene won was because that dude's gun jammed. After everybody helped Gene when they said they wouldn't. And it's just like, why don't you just use your body shield, man? What?
I mean, to be fair, just like you said, like, so Gene's opponents, he's facing like Immortal Clan, facing like robotic cyborgs, and facing these Taoists who can conform their souls. So I guess that's why you need the caster shells to do like a gravitational well shot to completely destroy their enemies. I mean, the big fan.
Google Tau magic, Gene. That's it. I don't care if captains are like, dude, there's more to it than that. No, you could.
Do you think he'd be able to learn magic?
Maybe.
I think he would have been able if Hilda would have survived. Because Hilda knew some of it.
Everything tilted on him.
It did, because basically she died leaving his ship. Basically didn't tell him shit really, except where his ship was. And for some reason, he was like, "Yeah, okay, girl, I just met 5 minutes ago. I'm gonna take on your journey." And
I mean, he didn't have shit else going on at the time. That's why.
Why did Jim join in?
Nothing else he was doing.
What do you think? Why did Jim join it? Because Jim knew if he wasn't with Gene, Gene had been dead. Jim is more important to the partnership between Gene and Jim than Gene is. Wow.
Gene is basically the Yojimbo of the universe.
Yes.
Okay, so that
each
means
of those shells is expensive as it is, and he's never really sure which attack it's doing. So, yeah, he's Yojimbo.
So would Outlaw Star be a better crossover with Space Dandy or Cowboy Bebop?
Okay. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this with full disclosure. Okay, Robert and Gabe told me like I gave it a chance. I gave Space Dandy a chance. I still fucking hate it.
What?
I don't know how you can hate it. I can understand not like really liking it, but hating it.
I know what kind of criticism I'm opening myself up to. I watched up until episode 7.
That's like all the episodes.
I had like 13. Either way, it's like I watched like as far as I couldn't take it anymore. I could not take it. The only character that I honestly liked was the robot that looked like a rabbit. That giant robot thing.
So
Sandy?
I feel like I can't defend Space Dandy all that much because I'm like, yeah, I like that show. Don't remember any of the characters' names.
No, same. But Doug, were you drunk or high when you watched this, or were you sober?
I was sober and I'm just watching this and I'm like,
See, that's
the
the
problem.
problem. Yeah.
oh, okay, I have to be in a state to watch. Yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah, it was just a mood.
Oh my god, no, I'm not doing that.
It's a mood when you're expecting to be entertained. It's like going to a black theater and watching a crappy horror movie. It has no redeemable value.
Wait, depends on which crappy horror movie we're talking about here. We talking like Minos: The Hands of Fate? Or are we talking like Jason X? Are we talking like, or like the Nicolas Cage, not the bees?
We're talking like scary movie. I Know What You Done Last Summer.
Oh, never mind then. Okay.
When you're just screaming like, "Bitch, don't go in there."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's then. Yeah. No, I'm not. No. Anyway, so I didn't mean to derail the argument. So Space Dandy, Space Dandy, Outlaw Star. You guys can.
I'm just saying, no, Space Dandy, the hero of Space Dandy is the same as Gene.
Yeah, pretty similar actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. From the episodes he didn't bitch as hard as Gene did.
Dude,
I mean,
all he did was bitch.
Are you counting his bitching about women?
Okay, never mind. I retract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, if you're including that, that's very different.
I'm just saying, the guy from Space Dandy, all he did was bitch, just like Gene. And like Gene, he had that cat that was like Jim, except not as smart. He was more like the cat from fucking what's that? Paula Abdul, MC Scrap-A-Lot.
Okay. Anime from our era was so much better than it is right now.
Wait, what is our era?
You know what I mean. Well, then again, our era also did include Angel Cup, which we really should get around. Oh, but that's like 13 episodes, an hour apiece. Yeah, no, there's no way in hell we're gonna MST3K that. Even though they had one of my favorite like terrible dub lines. It's like, I'm staring at this file and it's really it's a real big political hot potato, and I'm just like, he said potato. So,
Wait, our era that had like Silent Mobius
Oh,
with Lucifer Hawk?
I used to watch Silent Movies.
yeah.
Like Lucifer Hawk, Silent Mobius, where they also did Burn Up W, where it was just like, let's just give hot chicks with big boobs to the police force.
Oh no, that doesn't beat the moment of my learning of Go-Go 13.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
God.
That's that Captain wanted us to MST3K. I found a couple of episodes that are subbed. I couldn't find any dubbed. I think I found one, but that was like a while ago. So I gotta like refine that. And when I refine it, I'll share it with you guys, and then we could just because Go-Go 13. I actually did watch those episodes. I'm like, yeah, it's as bad. Yeah, well, Captain.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you.
You're like, that could only exist back then.
Yeah.
We still do that
Yep.
now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, all right. We're coming close to the time, and so that means we need to have a clear winner here. Okay, so, Cowboy Bebop or Outlaw Star? Who is the... I mean, I'm pretty sure it's honestly Cowboy Bebop, because Outlaw Star only has Cowboy Bebop beat in what, narrative?
Yeah.
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 So it's just, so Cowboy Bebop just
Narrative, and I would guess at least an ending for a plot. Like, they decided to go for the Galactic Ley line, and they actually got there, compared to, like, what was Cowboy Bebop going for? unless it was Spike's death.
Yeah, the revenge. That was all. That was all there is to it. Characters, art, aesthetic. Uh, if you want to do the endings, if you want to pull the ending out of your ass, because then it would just be 2-2. It
I
would
would
literally.
say weapons, Outlaw Star,
Wait, hold on.
because they
Because like,
because they have PAL and caster shells.
well, art aesthetic is Cowboy Bebop. Characters Cowboy Bebop. Plot Outlaw Star. We never actually said okay with. Well, no, because like weapons that also counts towards art aesthetic, not actual like
Oh,
hit
okay.
power. Yeah, so
Okay, then yeah,
so
then
yeah,
Outlaw, then Cowboy Bebop. I mean,
yeah. And if you want to do the ending, I mean, yeah, that would if I would argue I would say no because because both series had an ending. So, but if you want to include like Outlaw Star's ending and say like, okay, Outlaw Star has the better ending, then it's 2 for 2, and yeah, so it would technically be a draw. And no, I'm still gonna say like,
no, no, I would still say Outlaw Star. No, I would say Cowboy Bebop. I guess better ending. I mean, if you want to say like ending is how you could do a sequel for it, I guess Outlaw Star is better because they didn't kill off the main guy. But I felt satisfied with Cowboy Bebop's ending.
okay. Either way,
I guess.
either way. With that being said, seeing that we have, yeah, now we are cool. We because usually like when I'm all like, okay, we could keep going because there is this overarching topic that was brought up. That was brought. You know what? Yeah, we can do that. Okay, all right, all right. So, Cowboy Bebop, distinctive winner for this week's Fork in the Road. Now for the extra stuff. Uh, you wanna revisit that whole Angel Faye situation? Cause first of all, Faye is way hotter than Angel. Second, Angel chose to get everybody to wipe everybody's mind out again, forcing everybody into a time loop. Three, Faye's ass and her tits.
That's all you care about. Where it's way
Those do
hotter stuff
not.
on
You
there.
know, I'm like, those are not balanced comparisons.
Okay, who has a sadder background story? The background story, Fair Angel.
Well, Faye, considering her
What that speak like a child thing, where she gets knocked out and then wakes up later on and gets taken advantage by that scumbag doctor versus Angel.
her story is like mad tragic. She was just like a happy-go-lucky kid who gets into this horrible accident, gets taken advantage of, finds out that her family basically is gone and she has nothing. Whereas Angel, she's all like she gets what her backstory is, and then instead of like putting things trying to get some closure, she's just like nah. I'm gonna have everything go in a time loop again. Whereas Roger's like, no, don't. How about hey, Roger? How about what happened to that whole behaving professionally bit, huh? Why weren't you behaving professionally and giving her a nice 3-point PowerPoint presentation as to why going into a time loop was a bad idea? But no, you didn't do that, Roger, because you're just a little bitch. And like, whereas Faye, she just accepted what's going on, and she's just like, I'm stuck here. So like her stuff is like clearly tragic, and she's got better honkers and a better ass and is overall sexier.
I don't
Take
know.
that.
Faye sees more of a problem than Angel.
Well, yeah, she's more of a problem than Angel because she's a honky tonk woman that's basically been on her own up until she met up with Spike in them, and she just tried to pull a fast one on them like what twice, and yeah, because that's just her character. She doesn't trust anyone no more. But like, you have Angel, who's just all like, "Hello, Roger Smith. Look at the back. Look at my angel wing scars. Look at them, and lick them." And I'm just like, ew.
Oh, well, compared to what Faye, who fucking gets trapped by visions at the fucking opera, who gets fucking trapped by that guy in Jupiter Jazz, because like, oh, this guy he does a nice saxophone kind of shit. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, he might not be a guy at all. Like what? Like this bitch is just following this dick, and it's not even there. Like and all this stuff on it. Like
And you say I can't have my valid excuses, and you're gonna throw dick my way? Shame on you, Robert. The
a
hypocrisy.
lot of people do dick cafe. I still haven't seen her fucked anyone. She's a tease, bro.
Well, that's because you have to go to Rule 34. Angel didn't get laid neither. What are you talking about? On that note, Dorothy didn't
I
lay.
would say if I was Roger, I'd smash Angel a couple times.
Dude, you said you'd
I
smash
would put on the
Dorothy.
negotiating table.
Dude, you said you'd smash Dorothy. There's clearly
Well,
you are
why do
Randall.
you think they call it? Why do you think they call the show Big O?
Oh
You are,
yeah.
you are literally Randall from Ugly Americans. It is anything with you in it.
Okay, I can understand if Dorothy isn't your cup of tea, but like she's clearly many people's.
I would smash Dorothy if she had the parts.
She had the part.
You gotta pull a Krillin, make the wish, turn her
Make
real.
a wish.
Exactly. But I want her face to stay the same because I don't know that face is does this for me.
Yep.
You want those dead eyes looking at you.
No, I don't. That means
It's called
being-
self-floating, Doug.
no for you, baby. That being said, we're coming close to time. Thanks for tuning in to Fork in the Road. Don't forget to listen to us on YouTube, Amazon Music, and Spotify. You all take care later on.